to connect. Well, let's give it another go. Let's try again. We'll give it a second run. Am I drinking piss? Yes, I'm drinking piss. That's what it is. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, they're... Oh, for goodness sake, Scrub's joined again. Right, Tinny's going to restart. Friis has to do the same. Because they're not getting in. What happened to the... did they get rid of the new invite system? Or was it finished its beta that they were testing? I can't remember. I can't remember reading anything about it. Hi, YouTube. Maybe. Maybe not. You never know. The parties got destroyed. Oh. Yeah, the party system. Oh, wow, Scrub, you've been a 1-year free subscriber. Look at you. Oh, but Trixari's been a 15 months paid subscriber. What a fool. Wow. Wasting so much money. I appreciate that waste of money, Trixari. Welcome back, buddy. Right. Who do we not have in here? Is it Tinny? Oh, it's Friis, right. Friis. Envy Fridge. Free sub, by the way. And I can never revoke that. It's just constantly going to be there. I can never take it back. Would I recommend? Yes. Trixari, what do you think of the new sub badges? I think they're an improvement on the old ones. A little bit more clean. A little bit more shiny. Did he change the sub symbols? I did. I did indeed. So we've got gold, platinum, diamond, champion, and then if anybody reaches 2-year subs, 2-year resubbing, they'll be a grand champ. For the first time in their life, probably. Anyway, it's time, probably, for the 2v2 to start. We've got Tinny and Data, randomly drawn team, against Scrub and Friis. Maybe in the future we'll do a rotation, Pentathlon, and so we can have one winner. But for this stream, it's going to be fixed teams throughout. Data and Tinny versus Friis and Scrub. Pre-match, Scrub and Friis weren't too confident. Scrub says he's never beaten Tinny in 2v2, and Friis says he never wins when he gets Scrub in his team. So they're not feeling too confident in the 2v2 mode. But this isn't any normal 2v2 mode. This is, of course, the Pentathlon, where anything can happen. You can be losing 20-0 going into round 5 and still win the game, in theory. I don't see that ever happening, though, unless it's a ridiculously weird lobby. You like the new badges? Looks nice. Hey, it's good to know. I was thinking about them for quite a while. I was going to do my style of sub badge, but in the color scheme of Rocket League ranks. And then after a while, I realized, wait, why don't I just do the Rocket League rank thingies? Because that's way cooler. At least I thought so. And they came out really nice, so I'm pretty happy with them. No huge damage being done. No holes opened up yet in 2v2. It's harder to do damage in 2v2 drop shot, of course. But there is a great shot from Datin, as I'm going to call him. Or maybe I should call him Datney? Datney? Would Datney be better than Datin? Just be honest, guys. What do you think? Another alter damage. Yeah, the thing that's noteworthy about 2v2 drop shot and 3v3 drop shot, 4v4, anything that isn't 1v1 is you get a lot more alter damage because players are hitting the ball more, players are keeping it away from the floor for longer. And Scrub and Friis, they weren't confident going in here, but they've got a long time to sort of figure each other out. Hopefully be able to figure out how to beat Data and Tinny. Datin is nice. Datney. Datty. There's a lot of options. You could always go for Tinta as well, if you're going to put their names together. Somehow that ball has a blue trail, but Tinny dunks it. That was really nicely done. Lots of holes on the blue side. I'll have to very briefly mention, apologies if I'm sounding a bit bored today. I do have a cold, trying to recover from it. Don't want to be shouting too loud in case I do myself some permanent damage. Scrub will be gutted that wasn't an alter damage hit. It looked like it was close to elevating to alter damage. Well, Scrub at the mind game. This is a wide opening. Can he score though? He's accidentally landed on the wall instead of jumping off it. That treacherous curve has come to bite him again. It's now Friis with the shot. They've really turned this one around. It was looking bad for a long time. But now it's pretty much an even affair. Maybe more spread out damage done by Datton. But Friis and Scrub have got more holes to aim at. That's going to be another huge hole. That's an ocean, pretty much. His first an NV sub. He is an NV sub. He plays in the Gfinity Elite Series, though. Every weekend, alongside his teammates Mountain Waffle. Good save by Tinny. Data with ultra damage. Of course, they're more concerned about just getting this away from the huge hole on their side of the field. Scrub and Friis really turned this around. They've not conceded damage in a long time. It's been all blue team action. This is a huge chance. Unfortunately, Friis has missed it, but it is more damage. Good thing about missing in drop shot is you're probably just making it easier to score in the future. Scrub with a big chance. He doesn't even need to touch it again. First goal to Frilla. I forgot their name, but it is Frilla. Pretty happy with that one. The amalgamation of Scrub, Killa, and Friis. 1-0 drop shot, of course, is going to be the lowest scoring of all 5 game modes. And I know a lot of people have been asking, why don't you just do round victories for the pentathlon instead of this goal victories? And the answer to that is, you always want to see 5 rounds for the pentathlon. The thing that makes it interesting is that we get to see all 5 game modes one after another. So if you took away the current tiebreaker that I've created and made it round victories is the most important thing, then we might never reach the Rumble round, for example, never reach the soccer round, just have a 3-0 sweep. We would have had that in Metza versus Ocelon, of course. Never had Ocelon get a chance to come back. That's a great pass by Data. Tinny was not able to shoot into the net, though. Or into the hole, if you will. They desperately need a goal if they want to take this into overtime. But is it going to happen? I don't think so, because Scrub and Friis have done a great job really turning this one around. That's a bit of a risk by Scrub, and he does get punished for it. And that's the shot by Tinny. Good punish by Data, and the follow-up punish by Tinny. Scrub Killer taking too long to make that ceiling shot. And in comes Tinny. Good snipe as well. That was not an easy air roll shot. How much did my PC cost? About 3,000 or something. Something like that. I forget. I didn't build it myself, though. I could have maybe saved some money there, but I just don't trust myself. I'm probably going to break all the parts. Oh, that somehow crept in. First with a immediate response. How did this find the back of the net? First certainly didn't mean to score the one hole. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Tinny and Data, as it's just rolled towards the one hole in the middle of the pitch. And with that going in, I can't see there being another goal this game for either team, unless Data and Tinny pull out something spectacular. It does look like Friis and Scrub have put their differences aside and are going to have a lead at the start of the pentathlon. Good save by Friis there. The Scrub brings it down. Oh my goodness, how am I supposed to read that name? Adib Bus Hinak. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the stream. That is, I believe, still a half-price sub, so good job on getting in there before October ends. Oh, so it does get lots of damage at the end for the orange team, but no goal. They're going to drop by 1. 2-1 Frilla over Datney. Sorry about the 0 there. I've got to remember to change the match settings. I've forgotten to do this before. There we go. And I know some people who love drop shot, they think, drop shot doesn't matter here. What's the point in winning 1-0 if you're going to go lose 5-0 in a later game? Well, one day we will have a pentathlon, which is decided by a single goal. And that day, we will look back to the drop shot match and see why a team has won. Scrubkill is still struggling with the ice hockey kickoffs. He got obliterated by Fairy when they played the ice hockey round. Luckily for him, he's not going to be conceding kickoff goals if he does get completely owned in a kickoff. K Knox, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good weekend. I do not expect there to be too many goals in the ice hockey round as well, but I didn't expect there to be too many goals in ice hockey, full stop. And that really didn't turn out to be the case. In some of the Fairy Peak matches, he was showing that he could score really quite easily with the puck. But with 2 players rotating around instead of 1, it's going to be substantially more difficult to score. It's true in pretty much any Rocket League game mode. 1v1 is always more high scoring than 2v2 on average. That's not to say that you can't get high scoring 2v2 games or low scoring 1v1 games though. But look at that, that's such a weird hit by Friis. He managed to sort of clip the puck as it was hitting the floor. The acceleration that he got was something you don't often see with the ice hockey puck. Pinch attempt by Tinny doesn't work. I like that though. Data's in an awkward spot. Friis, great chance. He's completely slammed it in. How does he hit it this hard? Friis with a 118 km/h shot. We see that sometimes players have difficulty hitting the puck, but he's floor pinched it in. That is a great play by Envy substitute Friis. Not his first great power shot with the puck. I'm going to be very curious to see if he can keep this up. You're going to LAN, will I say hi to you? Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be at this LAN because I got offered to cast Gfinity that weekend, and RLCS haven't offered me to cast that weekend in Washington, so work has to come before fun, I'm afraid. Oh, that's a brilliant play by Friis! What a catch and pop with the ice hockey puck. Scrubkiller pops the middle, but look at this from Friis. That is nuts. I've never seen such a clean catch and pop with the puck before. Friis is easily the quickest player to adapt to this mode that I've ever seen. I'm starting to have my suspicions that he might have played this before a good amount of time. You see there, Scrubkiller struggling to get power on his shot. That's the sort of thing that we are going to be paying attention to with Friis. Oh, Scrub is maybe own goal here. It's going to hit off the post. The Scrubkiller did not get a favorable pinch there with the Datin goalkeeper. My favorite 1s and 2s player. When he's, when he's playing well, Devo's definitely my favorite 1s player to watch. 2v2. I like watching JNaps play 2s. I think I'll have to go with JNaps for that one. He's probably my favorite at the moment. Sorry for completely ignoring that goal. It was a bit of a just center ball and then zap in, so not much to say about that. Scrubs does seem to be the only player who's really struggling with the face-off in this mode. Gets the bump on Tinny, but only after Tinny hit the ball. This is wide open for Scrub, but he can't get the ball moving just yet. And it looks like Tinny would have been back in time, just because of how slow the puck tends to move. You think F3 will make it? I wouldn't put my money on it. I think they're probably 40% to make it. I'd say 60-40 in favor of GFE. Friis continuing to impress here, looking very, very clean. Getting consistently good touches on the puck. Scrubkiller with a huge dunk though, that's really nasty. Friis had not moved over to the right side of the field in anticipation. I do think that with the puck being more likely to cross over the field than a ball, because it's harder to get a good clear on the puck. It's harder to get a fast counterattack. You've got to floor pinch it if you want to go fast. That being said, I would like to see more spread out attack from these guys. They're right now positioning very much like they would with a ball, being the what do you even call it? The item of choice for playing with that. That's a good shot by Scrub, but the post denies him. Tinny and Data still trailing by 1. We got the exact same score as the drop shot round. This is pretty wild by Tinny, and he does get demoed. Not sure what he was going for there. If we did see a ranked playlist in hockey, I'd be very curious to see what the meta would develop into. I don't think it would look the same as 2v2, regular 2v2 ranked. I expect players would be a lot more risky in terms of positioning with a puck, because it's much harder to control and get those counterattacks. It means you can take those bigger risks.
Morning from the US.
Good morning.
What do you think of a mode called Pros vs Average Joes?
I like the name. That's
it
cool.
It would be more towards individual modes though. Hoops, drop shot, ice hockey, ect. There are communities for each. So a pro could go
Is another goal?
each game
Another post.
Smile.
I like the name. Pros vs Average Joes is great. Thanks so much for the £11.29 donation, by the way. That's a huge donation. I do appreciate that. I don't think that the games would be that fun to watch though, because pros are just going to completely annihilate Average Joes. What do you do? What do real sports do if they want to do a pros versus Average Joes game? How do they compensate for the disparity in skill? How would you do it? Would you just give more players to the Average Joes team? Squizzle97, thank you for the October sub, by the way. The Subtober subscription. Very much appreciated. No boost for the pros. Yeah, that could work. The other thing about Rocket League is, I mean, this is why we were a bit skeptical. Oh, bad kickoff by Data, or by Tinny rather, and it's going to immediately be a goal. Tinny didn't realize that you can't use boost start to finish on this face-off. You need to let go of boost at some point on your run-up, or else you just don't have enough boost to get high enough and touch the ball before your opponent. That's a bit of a misplay by him. But like I was saying, wait, let's watch this. Tinny going to learn. Yes, he is. There you go. Smart player. He's not made the same mistake twice. But now, like I was saying, the other problem with Rocket League is that for now, it's very difficult to guarantee that the players that you get in a lobby are in fact Average Joes, if you will. You never know if it's just a Smurf account, if it's somebody who's just got their really, really good friend to pick up the controller. Good shot by Scrub. Data's got some work to do. Friis with another drill from the side of the field. This is putting Data and Tinny on the back foot. They're really struggling to get the ball clear. And one goal down yet again. Scrubkiller did have a fantastic game of hoops against Fairy Peak. That's something I'm remembering. And Tinny is struggling again. This has worked out well for him. But this is not looking easy. Is that in? Yes, it is. Friis with a dunk goal. This is not looking good for Data and Tinny. They're getting some very, very bad clears. Tinny initially clearing it off his own rim. And then Data just completely missed hitting the ball into the sidewall. And now Data's been the kickoff. It's Scrub missing on the open net, though. Scrubkiller perhaps not realizing that Data was going to miss. And this is awkward for Data and Tinny again. Scrubkiller and Friis doing such a good job. They didn't have confidence going in, but I don't see why. After a minute or so of drop shot warm-up, they've been looking great. What rank would the Average Joe be? I think average is probably high silver, I would imagine. Maybe low gold is average. So you could do things like, a 1v. I think, a pro player could probably 1v4 silver players. So you wouldn't even need to do anything complicated with mutators. I think a 1v4 would work. But how do you get those players? How do you guarantee that the players that you've got are actually that rank? It's really, really difficult to guarantee. Unlike in a basketball game, you just grab anybody from the audience. You're like, okay, you're probably going to lose to this NBA player. There's nothing you can do about it because he's 6'8" and you're 5'7", so you're not going to win here. Data and Tinny have stabilized, if nothing else, and Data is now going to have a little make-out session with the rim there. Oh. First and Scrub, probably with the worst coordinated attack I've ever seen in hoops. Friis tries to predict the ball bouncing up. That just never happened. And Scrub gets demoed. They're doing fine though. They're looking to double their lead overall. Oh, hold on. That's a good bump onto Friis. Scrub is there though. Ever the presence in hoops is Scrubkiller. Good job there by Scrub not to panic and worry about the ball bouncing off the back wall and going in. Even on a map like hoops, he's well aware of where his goal is and where he needs to be defending. It's a good pop by Tinny, but Scrub should have this. He's got plenty of boost to swat this one away. Devo actually 6'8", yeah. I think Devo's like 6'5" or something, 6'6". A couple of Rocket League pros are gigantic. Mostly European Rocket League pros. They're all really tall. And all the Gfinity casters, the Rocket League Gfinity casters, are at least 5'11". I think Shogun's the shortest at 5'11", or is Cole 5'11" as well? I'm not sure. The Stumpy's huge, so he brings up the average. Big Jack, thanks for the October sub, the Subtober. I do appreciate that. Hey, Dub7, thanks for the 250 bits as well. Appreciate the support, guys.
How are you today, Johnny?
Good, thanks.
I'm disappointed with G2's
Oh, good shot by Data.
Feels bad, man.
G2 got the job done. They made LAN. And all 4 of the European teams that qualify for LAN this year are going to be super hard to play against anyway. There are no weak teams, really, going for LAN from NA and EU this time. So seeding doesn't really matter, in my opinion.
1 year. Damn fam, let's go F3 today.
Hey, Arcturus 3, welcome back for the year of subbing. Congrats on your promotion to champion in the badges. Is this going to be another 1-goal, 2-1 win? Or, you know, 1-goal deficit for Datton? They've lost 2-1 in both of the game modes prior to this one. And they're down 2-1 again. It's very bizarre to see this scoreline repeating itself in the initial game modes. I do expect the Rumble round to be a little bit more explosive. You never know. You never know, though. Excuse me. It's been a while since I casted a Rumble 2v2. It might have changed a lot since back then. I'm still involved in Flipside. No. I kind of stopped being involved in Flipside after the what do you call it? Pretty much after the summer event at DreamHack. That's the last time I was really helping out those guys with logistics. 20 seconds remain for Datton. That's not a good pass by Tinny. Completely giving it away there. I'd love to see him just giving that ball to Data, who was cheating up in front of him. And now Data's returned the favour. He just completely slams it past Tinny. Not the best teamwork by Data and Tinny towards the end of hoops. They both had the option to pass to one another, and they both threw it away. And it is, in fact, going to be another 2-1. This is bizarre. 3 2-1s in a row in completely different game modes. Important to note that now, even if Data and Tinny are able to tie this one up, tie the overall score up by, say, winning 1-0 and then winning 2-0 in Rumble and the normal round, respectively. It's unlikely to happen, but just for the sake of argument. First and Scrubkiller would take the series because they've now won 3 games in a row, or 3 matches in a row. And if they can really pile on the pressure here, I don't think Data Tinny have got much chance of getting a huge win. Normie goals alight, of course they are. I'm going to say yes. Excuse my cold once again. His first power-ups have joined the lobby. Scrub's been given boosts here. Is he going to be able to manipulate this in? No, he won't. With the magnet. It's a dangerous combination when you give your opponent boost. Oh, look at the play by Scrub and Friis. Friis getting the assist, I believe. As Scrubkiller must have touched this again. There's one touch. Friis. Did he get Haymaker? Did his Haymaker not reach the ball? I'm wondering how Friis didn't get the goal there. Haymaker kind of reached it, I guess. If Scrubkiller got the credit there. It looked like if Friis might have secured it as Tinny was trying to get back in time. Great start though for Scrub and Friis. They're looking phenomenal today. Friis had a great ice hockey game. And then it was Scrub looking pretty good once again at hoops. Good save by Friis with the plunger. Data was flying in high. Scrubkiller whiffing on the redirect. Still looking comfortable. This is a big chance now. Friis could take a shot. If he knows that just shooting and then immediately haymakering the ball right after, in fact, gives the ball incredible speed. I'm sure he would have gone for it there. He would have just popped the ball off the wall and then haymakered it. Would have flown really fast. Scrubkiller with the magnet comfortably rolls it in though. This is looking brutal for Data and Tinny. They're just getting completely muscled out of every early game by Scrub and Friis. Oh, look at the play by Scrub. Friis has got the wide open net. 3-0. That's the first time that we've seen 3 goals from these guys, and it didn't take them long. Tinny should have had that wall clear. He'll be kicking himself. Nafarel, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good weekend. So, Tinny and Data really need to stabilize here. They're down 6 goals overall. They need to win by 7, remember, because the tiebreaker is currently held by Friis and Scrub. Good work by Data there. Safety first, and then recovering for the clear. It's a decent setup as well. Tinny very ambitious to go for it. He's got to think that Scrub isn't missing that many times out of 100. Friis with the rebound. It isn't in, but Scrub is going to be there for the point-blank finish. 4-0. This is looking like it's going to be over before the final round even arrives. Sounders earlier in the mouth movement. Oh, for goodness sake. I'll have to fix the timing. I don't know why it's always off. Stupid OBS. Squizzle 97, thanks for the 420. It was all day, baby, until the, what was it? NRG versus Rogue started yesterday. Are you serious? This is so stupid. That's a good setup by Data. Look at the catch by Tinny as well. He was aileron rolling that ball into the net with a cheeky spikes play. It is not over yet, but perhaps a little bit of fortune with the power-ups is required. Data with a good save. He's going to make another one, and he does! Well played. Recovering off the inside of the post. Another spike skull perhaps happening for Tinny, but no, he's missed it! He really should have gone high there to try to take the ball over Scrub. Scrub and Friis with some boomer synergy there. Completely looking to slam the ball with every touch. They have looked really well. They've looked like they've had really good synergy, which is strange because Friis said he never wins when he gets Scrub in his team in 2v2 ranked. Perhaps that's going to happen when we see the final game. Look at this play by Scrub and Friis though. Oh no, is that an own goal? Tinny just came barreling through the ball. Friis and Scrub are absolutely in sync. This is so well played. As we saw Scrub with the Friis outplay at the side of the field. Friis with the, what's it called again? Is it just called? Oh, it is probably just called the boot. He just booted the final defender out the way. Despite the best efforts of Data and Tinny, they were unable to get a clear. Tinny is really getting bailed out of defense so many times by Data this round. Data with some great saves. Good pop by Tinny, making Scrub sit pretty useless, but can he find a goal? This is such a good power-up. He needs to try and do something with it, though. Oh my word, Data out of the sky with the haymaker. Look at this. Good luck, Friis. Data from the clouds just booms it home. Tinny would have been there for a, what do you call it, plunger rebound as well. They were in a great position there. It's a great solo goal by Data. Data's been looking good this round in Rumble. Tinny's dropped the ball quite a few times. Oh, that's another miss by Tinny. He has clumped it way wide of the net. Smart again by Data. I keep seeing these little plays that he's making that are really clever. He didn't use his spikes there because he knew that there was a player from Scrubkilla and Friis who was on track to hitting the ball with the grappling hook. And if you use spikes when somebody's currently grappling the ball, you're going to get your spikes completely ruined. He still had it, in fact, did Data, but it didn't need it because Tinny had a great save. Followed up with a good shot as well. Nicely done. What did Friis have? Friis looks like he didn't have any power up there. Thoughts of PSG getting completely stumped? I wouldn't think too much of it. I'm sure that they'll be back this weekend. Or they should be. Rivals weekend. Oh, good swap. But Friis unfortunately forced into saving his own shot there after the player swap. What do you call it? Rivals weekend RLCS are two completely different things. I'm sure that the players will take RLCS a lot more seriously. Well, not that they weren't taking our Rivals Week seriously, but I'm sure that they'll be, you know, absolutely focused when it comes to RLCS. Data at Tinny looking for the comeback. Friis with a huge play though. Oh, he should have had one, but Scrub's own goal. I miscalled that. I shouldn't have said that Friis had a huge play. He had a huge opportunity is what he had. Because Magnet is a great power up to get when the ball is really close to you. But what is Scrub doing? He just comes autopiloting straight back to net and own goals it. And now we're seeing another 1-goal lead. This is a 3-goal swing though. 3 goals in a row for Data Tinny. Gotta say, Data has been really impressing me this round. Tinny has stepped up towards the end. He started off very shaky, but now he's looking much better. Data held onto the magnet there. Boot for Tinny. Does use it a little bit early though. Scrub Killer. Open net. Isn't going to miss. Got to criticize Tinny a little bit there once again. He's just barreling forward into no man's land. Oh, Data going for boost. Both players from the orange team completely misplaying that one. It might not have been a misplay if only one of those things had happened. If Tinny had gone for that challenge and Data had backed him up, that would have been fine. If Data had gone for boost and Tinny had rotated back, that would have been fine. But both of them taking a risky play simultaneously, not fine at all. They would like one more goal, I'm sure. This is a great chance, in fact. The boomer is there, but bad control by Tinny. But doesn't matter! He's got the pre-flip doink. Or dunk, rather. Sorry. First touch wasn't good enough, but he's completely read Scrubs clear. What a dunk by Tinny. It might come in handy as well, because cutting that lead 1 goal short is a big deal. I think it was 6-5 the finish. Yes, it was indeed. So we saw more goals in that one round than all the other rounds combined. 4-goal deficit going into the Soccer round. It's going to be a really big ask for Tinny and Data to come back here. Trying to find good old Manfield night. 4-goal lead. Data and Tinny, you need to win by 5. 4 goals would be a draw, and Scrub and Friis. Scrub and Friis have the tiebreaker. So I'll give them a little second to read that, just in case they weren't looking. So I think F3 will beat GFE. I think GFE are probably 60-40 favourites in that one. Yeah, pre-flip doink. I meant to say pre-flip dunk. I didn't mean to say doink, but that is the danger of having so much Rocket League terminology that sounds the same. But we're into the normie ride now. Tinny and Data need to win by 5, which is a crushing victory in Rocket League 2v2 at the highest level. One chance is going to go to Tinny. Aerial shot is on target, but not powerful enough. He didn't have any boost to really drill it home. I do think that the Rumble round was the big chance for Tinny and Data to really start that comeback. Maybe even close the 3-goal deficit entirely. Winning by 3 in Rumble is not unheard of. It's a bit more of a volatile game mode than regular Rocket League. So one-sided games are more likely. And with Scrub and Friis both being such solid defensive players, it's going to be a tricky one for Data and Tinny. Scrub, of course, one of the best 1v1 defenders in the world. And Friis is a player who has spent quite a lot of his Rocket League career in the solo 3v3 arena, and also just playing regular 3v3 playlist by himself. And, you know, when you're doing that, you have to play defensive. You can't rely on your teammates if you're playing by yourself in 3v3. Data leaving that boost in the back. I like that, because Tinny now has it available if he needs it, and he will. Tinny also leaving it. So both players being quite conservative with their boost usage, showing good team play. The Scrub Killer and Friis is not looking shaken by anything. It's 0 shots for either side, and that is, of course, going to favour Scrub and Friis, who I no doubt will be looking for the sweep here. We saw one sweep earlier this or earlier last week. Good shot though, or good pass. Shot wasn't quite as good as the pass. Data always the team player in competitive. Not so much in ranked when he plays with me. He's less of a team player then. Envy versus Juicy Kids prediction. I'm going to give that one to Envy. I know Envy have had a bad season, but I can't see them losing and dropping out of our LCS. Scrub Killer and Friis with a great team play. Scrub Killer passes it left. Friis passes it right. Scrub Killer drills it home. Data, Tinny just get parted like the orange sea that they are. And I was going to say, no doubt, Scrub Killer and Friis want this sweep. They do not want to lose any rounds. The total score from Metza and Ocelon, I think it was 6 in Metza's favor after he swept Ocelon. So if Scrub Killer and Friis can sweep this, they're going to get one better. Big chance for Tinny. He's popped it though, and Data's rotating out. That's a little bit of lack of synergy. by these guys once again. As one player rotating out while the other's looking to pass it to him. Good dunk though by Tinny. Data is there. They've tied it. Desperately trying to make this comeback happen. They need to win by 7 goals. So they need 8 goals this game, at least, to take this. It's looking just as unlikely as we thought it would. But that's part of the fun. One day we're going to see a crazy comeback. One day we're going to see that 1-0 victory in drop shot coming in handy. It's just like a, you know, a real pentathlon, heptathlon, decathlon, whatever. Sometimes the smallest victory in an early round can come back to be very, very helpful later on. I can never remember what the events are in the real field sports. What is it? The pentathlon is a real field sport, right? Or is it like a track and field? Somebody help me out here. Can we draw any parallels between the real pentathlon and the Rocket League pentathlon? What would it be? Of course, there's no ice hockey in the pentathlon, I'm sure. No soccer. This is all looking over in terms of the overall comeback for Data and Tinny. Good shot by Scrub. The save from Tinny. Doinking it to his own crossbar. Scrubkiller did exceptionally well to hit that shot with such power. You saw from Tinny's perspective, he really didn't expect Scrub to slam that shot as hard as he did. Very aggressive play by Data. He's trusting Tinny a lot, but Tinny, the defensive player for our endpoint, usually. Quite a solid defensive anchor. But at times like this, it's all going to come down to just winning one round now for Tinny and Data. That's all they want to do. They don't want to get swept. They just need one more goal. Getting 7 more is completely out of the question. It was always going to be a ridiculous task against defensive powerhouses like Scrub and Friis. And Scrub once again, such a fast transition from defense to offense, and Friis is there for the finish. We're looking at most of this from the orange team perspective, and you see how hard it is to get this save. Friis has slammed that just high enough. You've had to unsub. No worries, man. If you can't sub, that is absolutely fine. I appreciate you just being here. Looks like Data might have a controller issue. Tinny is not aware of that. Biscuit RL, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it, man. 18 seconds for Data and Tinny to avoid the sweep and avoid another 2-1 defeat. Is it happening again? It looks like it might not, only because they're conceding a third. That is going to be GG's. 5-0 in matches. But more importantly, I think that brings the total score to 15-7 or something like that. I'll have to look at my OBS after this. This is going to YouTube. Yes, I'll put this on YouTube. Absolutely. Everybody on YouTube's been asking for 2v2 and 3v3 pentathlon, so I thought, why not? GG's is called. And it is a 59, sorry. Wait, I think I put the score in wrong before that match. Yeah, I did. Right? Yeah, I put the score in wrong. No, I didn't. I just lied to the players, for goodness sake. How did nobody catch that? I completely lied to these poor men. I didn't mean to, but I miscalculated in my head. Did somebody notice that I did that? I told Friis and Tinny and Data that they needed to win by 7. But they really only needed to win by 5 because I'm a bean. Whoops. Math is hard. Math is hard. Sorry about that. Oh no. Did nobody catch that? You said 5, did I? I never said 7? Oh. Oh, thank goodness. So I told them the right thing. But I'm sure that during the game I miscalculated. Yeah, it was during the cast I miscalculated. I said to you guys, I lied to you. I didn't lie to the players, I lied to you. I'm sorry about that. During the game I said they needed to win 8-1, which was not true. They only needed to win 6-1. I miscalculated.
Here's Johnny.
987 quadrillion
the debate. Making me think that we're going to do the entire countdown of numbers, but it is just the start. Appreciate the year of subbing, QX Commercial. Welcome back to you. I do want to give that new volleyball mode a go, but it's probably there's no time to do it today. because what do you call it? Yeah, there's no time to do volleyball today, as RLCS is going to start in less than an hour. Definitely need to